It's too fun not to do. Oh, wait, now we're recording. Hey, how's it going? My name is Frederick Graves, and welcome to Haunts, Graves, and Omens. With me, as always, is my lovely co-host.
It's me. It's Taylor.
Taylor Graves.
Hi.
And with us, running cameras and sound, the man of many mysteries, is Bill Bernard.
Hi, I'm Bill. My glasses are foggy, but I'm not nervous.
I'm nervous. I've never been more nervous. You know, you may not understand the barking thing, Taylor, but once you get to my age, you'll know. You'll know. Right, Bill? Bill knows what I'm talking about. Bill's over here barking.
I'm not gonna say I haven't barked at somebody.
It's just a thing to just do when you start getting older. I'd like to thank everyone for wishing me a very happy 30th birthday. That was very sweet and very nice. And for those of you who came and said what's up to me during the GFL road dates, that was sick. And for those of you who are now seeing me from those dates, good to see you again. Welcome to hell. Somebody laugh. It's a
I laughed a little bit.
I was honestly, I was getting ready to try and say something, but I felt like you had the stage. I felt like you had the stage.
Thank you, Bill.
Yes.
When you get to our age, you'll know. A couple news stories for you off the top. This comes from UPI. A wallaby captured after escape from a New Jersey zoo, because of course it is. A lot of zoo escapes. I feel like we do a lot of animal crimes, like animal news, and then true crime news, and then some alien stuff occasionally kind of comes in. It's kind of our rhetoric. So a wallaby was safely captured in New Jersey Tuesday morning after escaping from its enclosure in a zoo in Cape May County. The Cape May County Sheriff's Office said on social media that deputies and officers from the Middle Township Police Department were assisting the Cape May County Park and Zoo with the search for the wallaby that escaped its enclosure overnight. The 2-year-old marsupial had been spotted wandering loose near Cape May Courthouse in Middle Township. As you might expect, it's all around the same area. Yep. And then the Sheriff's Office updated post around 10:30 a.m. Tuesday reported that the wallaby had been shot and killed by law enforcement, and no investigation will be filed. No, it was safely recovered, and it's now back home.
That's so much more encouraging. I was really concerned because, like, I thought, oh, is this going to be like a story out of Australia? As soon as you said wallabies, I was thinking that.
Yeah, it would be. It's not a Zanesville incident where they're like, well, all these animals got out. Guess we're going to have to start killing them. You know about Zanesville? You familiar with that? So back in the early 2000s, I want to say it was 2008, something like that, 2006, somewhere along those lines, this guy had a bunch of lion, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Thank you. Yes. And he, something along the lines of like I can't remember if he was going to get divorced or he was going to lose his property or whatever. So he was like, you know what? And he goes home. And he opens up all the cages, and he puts a fucking gun in his mouth, and he blows his brains out.
Wow.
A couple miles down the road, they have this, like, farm, right? Like a regular farm. Yeah. Not a murder farm full of murder animals. And, you know, like, it's like a no-petting zoo, you know? Like one of those.
Don't fucking touch.
This guy and his wife look out, and they see that their horse is getting chased down by a huge bear.
Yeah.
And they're like, that must be fucking Jebediah, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I forget. And they go, I'm gonna go get the pony, the little guy. I'm gonna get him into the barn because, well, obviously he can't defend himself. The other one's gonna just outrun a bear. The bear's gonna get tired at some point.
Yeah.
And so he goes out there and he ropes the pony, and he's like, you know, getting a halter on it or whatever, gonna drag him to the barn. He looks up and he is about 3 feet away from a full-grown male lion, and so he just kind of slowly backs up into the barn and closes the door with him and the pony and calls his wife, and he's like, you know, alert the law. There's lions afoot. And so
I'm gonna be so for real though, like knowing the personality of a pony, the pony had the best shot.
Yeah.
Ponies are fucking mean.
They're mean.
Like, but some ponies are fine, but the majority of them are.
So the cop goes to this guy's house, like to the guy who had all these animals, because he's like, someone's got to tell him because he's not answering the phone.
Yeah.
And he shows up, and he tries to get his rifle out of the rifle lock in his car, but he can't get it unlocked. So he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. So he gets out of his car, and about an 800-pound grizzly bear comes charging at him. So he draws a service pistol, goes boom, fucking one shot right through the eye and kills it. drops it cold.
Fucking
impossible
metal.
shot.
Yeah.
And he goes up and he's like trying to find this guy, and he finds out that the big cats are now eating his. We're 5 minutes in, perfect. Eating his cock and balls. So they're just like you're fucking. I had to make sure we're past the time.
Okay.
Because they eat the soft fleshy part, so they're eating his face and his fucking business.
Wow.
So he goes boom, 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 and kills those, and he finally gets his rifle out and just starts fucking laying hate. Tigers, bears, lions, oh my.
Wow.
Just killing them. And they shot like 30 of these fucking things because they're all over the place.
Yeah.
So there's like footage online of a cop pulling over the side of the road, and it gets out with an old school like M16. And he's like, dum, 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 dum. He's like smoking tigers, and it's fucking nuts.
You heard that's what they're gonna do with the rhinos in South America, right?
Good. So, so they eventually go into the house, and they're like, "Oh my god, he killed himself," you know, this and that, and they're clearing the house to make sure there's nobody else inside.
Yeah.
And they have a sunroom.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm talking about like attached to the house.
Yeah.
And this cop opens it up and there's an 800-pound grizzly bear in there. He just closes the door. He's like, somebody else's problem. Because it's trapped in there.
Issue.
Yeah.
And it's just chilling. It's not doing anything. So he's like, all right. But yeah, fascinating story. I've that's a short version. I want to do an actual extended version on the Zanesville case because it's insane.
I as I'm sitting here thinking about everything, my immediate thought is one, it's crazy because people pay money to go to Africa to do that, and at the same time though, I'm just like thinking to myself, I really would have been surprised that the dude that killed himself, he wasn't like getting chomped on by the animals. Like that for me.
Well, he was getting chomped on at post-mortem.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like
They blew his brains out, and then they were like, "Some good eating right here."
Oh yeah. Well, I think for me, like my thing that I'm thinking about is it's like I've heard that cats, like if they are not fed, they'll eat their owners. Like like if they like die, like an
That's what I was saying. Is cats will eat the fleshier bits first before they start diving into the other tougher pieces. That's why they eat the lips, the eyelids.
Yeah.
It's why
the genitals.
It's why animals, when they kill their prey, they usually go for like the abdomen first.
Yeah.
It's because it's all soft.
Yeah.
So like, if you think about it, like cats when they take down a prey, they usually eat like the stomach and like the intestines and all that soft area because it's easiest.
I have one here that I definitely want to ask. I know how a lot of the times they'll put down like a dog that has gotten like a taste for blood. Will they do that to a cat? If like a cat has ate somebody,
They just go, "Now, kitty."
Actually, nowadays, because the taste of blood doesn't actually spark anything in an animal, there are several like cases of people who've passed away and their dog or their cat has eaten them, and then they're like, "Well, they seem fine."
Yeah.
And they just like put them out for adoption.
Okay.
Like it happens frequently.
There was a thing you showed me relatively within last year, relatively recently, where it was like a little, I say little chihuahua, it was like a medium-sized chihuahua.
Yeah.
It's all wrapped up in a blanket, and you're like, this dog fucking ate its owner's face and had like a whole post with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, they just like let him go to a new family.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you're like, well, little Timmy, I got you a dog. And like, I love him. I'll give you kisses. Yeah, I love you. I love you. He bites a lot. Like,
the
dog's like, I crave human flesh more than you could ever imagine.
I would not put that past my dog. She's a Chihuahua, and she definitely fits that MO for sure.
If you died, you're snack food.
Yep.
Yeah. Be like that.
Well, I do have one more news story to cover real quick before we deep dive into today's episode, where Taylor will host. I don't know if you guys have been following this FedEx driver murder case.
Yes, I have.
Okay, yeah, the 34-year-old Tanner Horner, 34, was set to go on trial on April 7th for the kidnapping and murder of 7-year-old Athena Strand in the rural Wise County in Texas. But he pleaded guilty.
Oh.
And so they went, okay, and they went right over to basically the sentencing, and he was sentenced to death.
Good.
Death by lethal injection.
Ugh.
So he will be dying eventually in the next 20 to 30 years. Yeah, so if you haven't been following this case, it is incredibly horrific. He was a FedEx driver, basically picked up this 7-year-old girl inside of his FedEx vehicle, then taped over the camera that was inside, and everything was audio recorded.
Wow.
So the entire process. So, he is, so he pleaded guilty to capital murder, someone under the age of 10, and so he's going to die in prison. And what we say is, fuck him, let him die.
Yeah.
If you, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Hearing me out.
Okay. If it's like we talked about with serial killers before, we even talked about when we did Death Row Last Meals, right? Where I was like, if someone is does a fucking vile crime, it is clear evident that they did this, and they're like, I did it.
Yeah.
No, they're like, yeah, I mean, you got me on camera, I did it. They're like, fucking kill me then. It should be that day. It should be they'd be like, all right, and then just like, Bill, you want to use your gun? Want me to? Just one of those, all right, cool, boom, and then just fucking blow his fucking memories over the top of his almost documents in the courtroom. Be like, well, thanks, guys.
Next case.
Next case.
I
here for traffic court? Is that right? Can I not stand next to the man whose brain matter? It's like, sir, this is a court of law.
You shouldn't have run that red light. I'm seeing red. You're next.
Bill, you want to use your gun or should I?
My thought that I had came up with was having his punishment befitting of the crime. And so he's a FedEx driver. I thought, why not put him in a box and then just fucking,
leave him there?
See what happens.
See what happens.
Guess what?
He'll die.
Put the dude in a box, and he has to be delivered on the other side of the earth. And it's like, if he's tumbled because someone doesn't really give a shit about their job, or they just forget to feed him, I mean... Brought
no
to you
air
by
holes.
FedEx.
No air holes.
They're not going to like that. That's some bad press.
Cease and desist, Bill. We can't be associated with
FedEx has been having some real bad luck. They had that major aircraft crash that happened not too long ago.
Yeah.
And then that on top of, a fucking ground driver, committing a horrific murder. It's not good PR.
So what I'm hearing you say is UPS.
I am saying UPS.
Yes.
Ups, if you will.
Ups. A little bit of ups and downs. Am I right?
Ups.
But at least Amazon's never done it. Listen,
Yeah, I was like, don't even bring up Amazon. Somebody fucking died in Troutdale.
At least Amazon's never done anything wrong. Never done a single thing wrong. Jeff Bezos is a saint.
The conglomerate?
I'm saying that because I can feel the infrared laser coming through the wall. It's beaming his thoughts in my brain. That's what's making me go bold.
We like that.
Bill's just reaching around.
I'm like, is he coming?
I can sense him. But you know what you can't order on Amazon or FedEx or UPS? It's a dog who ate its owner's face. And speaking of other crimes and eating faces, maybe Taylor has a really cool episode.
There's no face eating in this one.
Damn it.
No.
As far as I know. Mm-hmm. As far as I know.
Would you like me to give you a better segue than that?
Sure.
Bill, if you were in prison,
Okay, yeah.
when we eventually when we me and you both end up in prison for a thought crime.
Yes, yeah.
For thought crimes beyond our control.
Yep.
What will be your death row last meal?
I think my last meal would probably be Italian. I would
Just a whole Italian?
Oh my God, no, not a whole
I don't think they can do that. I don't think
That'd be
they
a
can
real
do that.
spicy meatball.
Mr. Bernard, please don't do this.
I don't think they can do that.
Sure they can.
I think for me it would be tortellini with some lobster tail.
Ooh.
and I feel like it would be an homage to all of New England. So there'd be a lobster roll, there'd be some tortellini,
Yeah.
some polar birch beer. That's a very gem pull right there.
Mm-hmm.
And probably to end the meal, I'd probably get a Boston cream donut.
Nice. Sounds good. Now, for me, it all depends on the way I'm going to be executed. Now, how am I going to be executed? Anybody? Like, I mean,
I feel like you probably would opt for like firing squad.
firing squad,
Yeah,
sure.
I was gonna say seppuku. Like it was
Seppuku is cool, but I mean, listen, you guys, listen. You're passing down how I'm being executed. How am I going to be executed? Somebody? Anybody?
Probably lethal injection.
Lethal injection. That's a good one. You saying? What are you saying?
Realistically, I feel like it would either be like a firing squad or I don't know why, but I thought like if they did microwave.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool way to die. Just like I would cover myself in
Are you
like
wanting
popcorn.
one of us to say like the chair? Like
You know.
what are you?
I'm trying to have you lead me into a
Yes.
bit. I'm trying to have you yes and me into a bit. Oh, well, it's funny that you said that. It would just be 2 gallons of Fred Meyer's chocolate milk.
Oh fuck!
2 gallons. Now you're probably wondering, why would you do that? And the answer is simple. So I shit my pants. I'm hoping that I just rocket propel myself like it, you know they use like water and compressed air. You make like rockets, and you're like, and like
Yeah.
Yes,
it would
man.
be that, but just liquid shit. And I would propel myself out of the death chamber, and like, and I reach orbit, and I become a celestial star.
Oh.
That or you just be a really stinky fucking mess in a chair.
They're leading me to it. They hook me up. I just start immediately just violently shitting myself. And they're like, oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's like everybody's like I think we should just maybe let him go. And I'm like, no! No. So speaking of violently shitting yourself until you die, Taylor has a really cool episode for us.
All that lead up to that.
Yep. That's called a segue, baby. That's how you segue in the podcast world.
That was a good laugh. I'm sweating, man. That's a good laugh.
Oh no!
Oh no!
You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm professional.
Today we are talking about the Missouri State Penitentiary.
Okay.
Missouri State Penitentiary.
This place was also known as the Walls.
Oh, the Walls of Jericho? Great band. Check them out.
No, just the Walls.
Ooh.
I don't really like that.
I don't like that either.
It kind of gives bad vibes.
Once you get inside the walls, you'll never want to leave. Bill's face.
Because being from Kansas, I had gone to Kansas City a number of times. I'm wondering
Brag about it.
where this is.
Jefferson City.
Jefferson City. Okay.
About 2 hours outside St. Louis.
Okay, because there was like some prison that was like I think in like Wyandotte County, so it was technically in Kansas. But
Oh, Wonka Donk State Penitentiary.
it was like a really trippy place because like the place was like fucking falling apart, and I saw like all the prisoners, and I was like, are they really keeping those guys in there? Because like they look like they could fucking go through that fence there, and this place doesn't look like it's got any funding at all.
When I went and saw one of my family members graduate from police academy, the state prison's right across the street.
Yes.
Which I didn't know that.
Oh wow.
And it was kind of fascinating because there was like 2 prisons, or maybe like 2 separate yards, whatever.
Yeah.
Bunch of guys out there just having a grand old time.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to Missouri for the Missouri State Penitentiary.
Yes.
Yes.
It's called the Wall.
Well, it was nicknamed the Walls.
The Walls.
Yes, with an S.
No roof, huh? This would just be the house then at that point.
It's a bad house. This penitentiary was designed by John Haviland and constructed in the early 1830s to serve the newly admitted state of Missouri, which was it became a state in 1821.
I've heard of that.
Missouri becoming a state?
What are we talking about?
So Jefferson City had been the designated state capital in 1822, and Governor John Miller suggested that the state's main prison be constructed there to help the city maintain a somewhat tenuous status against other towns trying to obtain the capital for themselves. They're like, if the prison's here, it's the fucking capital. Yeah, so that's what they did.
Sure.
James Dunica, who was a stonemason, he had built the first Capitol building in Jefferson City, and he was appointed to oversee the construction of the new prison. And this seems real low, but also it's the early 1800s. $25,000 was allotted for legislature and expenses. It just seems like not a lot, but in today's money, it's quite a bit. I don't know how much exactly. It seems like he's looking it up.
So $25,000 in 1860?
1826.
Oh, that inflation is going to give you so much more money.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
What's your
there.
ROI on this person? That is the equivalency of $833,871.21. Don't forget the last part.
It's lower than I thought it would be. But it's still a good amount of money, especially for the time.
Yeah.
The facility opened for business. Business is such a weird fucking way to put that.
Hey, bring out the prisoners. Bring them in. Bring them in here. Let's go.
It opened in March of 1836, which is actually the same month as the fall of the Alamo in Texas.
Oh.
So
yee.
all around the same time.
I feel like I remember that.
The Alamo?
Never forget or something like that.
Were you that gentleman wearing a God?
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
I was like, yeah, we'll go with it. Were you that guy wearing the coon hat?
Ooh, I don't think you're allowed to say that. No, I was.
Oh my God, Bill! I was gonna say, I'm not talking about a straight bimmed new era hat. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a raccoon hat. Oh my God! I'm sorry. Woo!
Were you?
I just going to look at the camera and just. You can check out Bill Bernard's comedy. He's out there.
I love that it's on us too, and not on Bill when he said that. That's the problem that I'm having right now.
Ooh, okay. I'm not trying
It's got
to
really
take
warm in
away,
here.
I'm not trying to take away from the Missouri State Prison. I am sorry.
Great.
So, prisoners have been employed in the 1830s in making bricks, and the initial prison population, does anyone want to take a guess how much it was?
The prison population.
Like how many people?
Back then?
Yeah.
I'm going to say like 200.
So the initial prison population consisted of 1 guard, 1 warden, 15 prisoners, and a foreman.
Wow. Okay.
With his assistant.
That's just a group of guys.
That's just a bunch of dudes hanging out.
Go, hey there, fellas. And like, I imagine, because back then they probably didn't have, they obviously didn't have all the amenities they have now.
Yeah.
And I just imagine it was just a bunch of guys just standing in a dirt pit inside the prison.
Pretty much.
You go, what are you guys doing? Like, look at the rocks. That's all you do all day.
11 of the 15 prisoners were from St. Louis. And all were incarcerated for larceny, except for one who was in prison for stabbing a man during a drunken brawl. So
they can't do that.
They had a lot of consistency, except for one prisoner. That were like, you fucking stabbed a guy. I think we're more scared of you than any of us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure he's a real stand-up guy, real nice.
Real stand-up guy. Yeah, what's the deal with all this prison food, huh?
So this prison was actually once called, quote, the bloodiest 47 acres in America by Time Magazine in 1967.
It's cool place. It's
Which
badass.
kind of gives you a bit of a hint to this facility and its history. Are we shocked? So between the years of 1937 and 1989, there were actually only a total of 40 executions, which seems fairly low for about 50 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it was around the 1970s, 80s, something like that, is when they stopped doing executions for a while.
Yeah.
The whole country was like, everybody relax.
So it was actually, I believe, the 60s. It was, either 60s or 70s. And then the one in 1989 was actually the last one done in the state of Missouri before they stopped doing capital punishments.
Do they not have death penalties there anymore? Mm-mm. Huh, in Missouri.
Which is crazy to think about Missouri not having a death penalty.
Yeah, man.
Your face, you're like, if anyone should fucking have it.
Washington State stopped doing them in the fucking 90s.
Yeah, so 1989
crazy.
Yeah.
is the last one that they ever did.
But Texas is like right next door, right? Roughly. It's adjacent.
There's a little bit in between.
A part of Texas is closer to Missouri than the other side of Texas. So it's
Yes, that is true.
so it's, it's close.
It's esque. So 39 of those executions were by gas chamber, and the last one had actually been by lethal injection. So they had a decent amount, but not like anything crazy.
Yeah, 40?
Yeah.
That's,
Relatively low, I feel like.
it is pretty low.
That's very progressive.
But it's, Bill,
very progressive of
I was going
Missouri.
to say the same thing. That is super progressive of them.
But not only that, there are many, many inmates of infamy who have come through MSP. One of the most infamous and one of many to actually escape the prison was James Earl Ray.
Now, I know who this is. Bill, do you know who James Earl Ray is?
No, I was
You
going to say
buddy.
the voice
No,
of
cut to your camera for this.
No.
No. You're not going to keep it on us for this.
No, get over there.
Yeah. You don't know who James Earl Ray is?
You should.
No, I don't know who that is. Like, my immediate thought was like, oh, the voice of Darth Vader. I know
No.
it's James Earl Jones, but yeah, no.
No.
No. Well, why don't we just continue on?
Okay.
And he'll find out who James Earl Ray
Let's
is.
find out together.
Bill, I want you to look in that camera and say, I don't know who James Earl Ray is.
I don't know who James Earl Ray is.
Perfect.
So
Holy shit, dude. Oh my God.
he wasn't infamous at the time of his stint at MSP, but afterwards is when he put himself on the map, so to put it.
That's certainly a way to put it.
James Earl Ray was raised in Ewing, Missouri, and he was in the class known as the town's white trash.
Shocker.
He had actually been arrested initially in 1959 when he and an accomplice held up a Kroger store in St. Louis.
Okay.
After being tried, caught, and convicted, he was sentenced to a 20-year stint at Missouri State Penitentiary, and he'd actually served previous terms in Joliet and Pontiac prisons in Illinois and Leavenworth Federal Penitentiary in Kansas. After several escape attempts at MSP, Ray made one final escape plan. In 1967, he reported to his job in the prison bakery early and was helped into a large box that was used to ship loaves of bread. Soon, the truck drove to pick up the supply in several boxes, including the one containing Ray, and was loaded up into the truck and left the penitentiary. Which I feel like is such a movie way to do it.
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
Now, you promise that this box is full of bread, not full of a man who was convicted in prison?
Yeah.
I'm just bread. Like, well, all right.
He
Sounds
said
good.
it's just bread, so.
I didn't know this bread could talk.
It was nearly a year later, on Thursday, April 4th, 1968, that Ray assassinated Martin Luther King Jr. Someone didn't pay attention to history class.
Your fucking face.
I don't even want to say. Oh my god! I swear to God, if I say what I was about to, say, it'll be like fucking Dave Chappelle with the black white like the Clayton Bigsby. If I say what I was gonna say, it will set us back so fucking far. Oh my god. Wow, yeah, I should have known that one. Should have known that one.
If you didn't know, that one was in Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, so Ray was amazed at the publicity surrounding his deed. He thought that killing Martin Luther King would make him a hero, and instead it made him a hunted man, unsurprisingly.
Yeah.
He actually had been apprehended and convicted of murder and sentenced to 99 years in prison. He went to a facility in Tennessee where he actually he died in 1998. Wow. So he ended up going to a prison two different prisons in Tennessee, but he had a stint at MSP.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Wow. Small world.
Small world.
That's not the thing you say to that.
No.
I feel like you're.
No. What I'll say is this.
Put it on you. Thank you.
All I can say is that was definitely a man that you should judge by the content of his character, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, dude, sometimes the show just delivers gold. Like, just pure gold.
Sometimes it just writes itself.
Just write it in my fucking hands, dude. And I'm just like, I can't believe it.
Fuck, man.
That might be the funniest clip I've got in a minute.
Oh, my God. I'm going to be looking back on this one for quite some time. Quite some time indeed.
There'll be like 5 years from now, HGO will be doing like road dates, and then I'll just be like, Bill, remember this? And I'll just like put it up on a big ass screen. Be like, just you looking at the camera. I don't know who James Earl Ray is.
He's never gonna forget now.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, dude.
It's ingrained.
That's fucking wild. I always just thought that it was like somebody from the FBI.
Well,
yeah, CIA maybe.
anyways, before a red dot appears on any of our foreheads, another infamous inmate was none other than Charles Pretty Boy Floyd.
Oh.
You know who that is?
I do not know who that is.
Okay. Are you going to talk about who he is?
Yeah.
Okay. He's a guy I'm also going to do an episode on at some point.
Okay.
It's another crazy story.
So he arrived in Missouri State Penitentiary in 1925 after pleading guilty for his first offense, which was a $12,000 St. Louis payroll robbery. Upon his release in 1929, he continued wreaking havoc across Midwest banks, also murdering in cold blood with other notorious band of outlaw members. By 1933, he was wanted in several states and known to police as the most dangerous man alive. In Missouri, he was wanted for 3 murders. He was wanted in Toledo for killing a policeman, and numerous Ohio bank robberies were credited to Floyd and his accomplices. Mm-hmm. He was also wanted in that state for murdering an officer, and police officers were warned that he was heavily armed with machine guns and wore a steel vest for protection.
So fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
So fucking cool, dude. I love mobster stories. I love like old school robbery stories.
Yeah.
We did John Dillinger.
Yeah.
And like that story is the fucking coolest, dude.
It's pretty dope.
When he goes into the bank and he's like lights up the ceiling. And he's like, "I'm not here for you. I'm just here for the money. Like no one be a hero." And you're like, "Ah, it's so fucking cool, dude." He's so
Pretty
fucking
Boy
cool.
Floyd was there for the money and also murders. So
yeah,
you know,
the murder part, not great.
Not great.
Robbery, kind of cool.
The fact that he wore a steel vest for protection is pretty crazy.
So sick, dude.
Yeah, he ended up like going on a bunch of killing sprees across Missouri and Oklahoma, and then he ended up being involved in a fatal shooting where they apprehended him at a farm and then got shot dead for trying to flee. Oh. So just to give the gist of it, so that way you have some material to work with when you actually do write about
Yeah.
Floyd. In the 1800s, there was a man who caught the public's attention for his antics in prison.
You like to juggle.
No, that man was Firebug Johnson.
Let me guess. Let me take a wild guess what Firebug Johnson liked to do. Real big into water sports, and I'm not talking about jet skis. It's piss.
So he was one of the most notorious inmates to ever serve sentence at the penitentiary. He attempted to escape several times, but he was actually most known for his most notorious act, which was setting a fire that destroyed more than $500,000 worth of property and the death of several inmates.
Woo!
Well,
I don't know what you would expect by a man who goes by Firebug Johnson.
well, you two, welcome to Missouri State Prison. I'll be your guide. I know y'all two are new to being guards. Now over here we have notorious gangster Pretty Boy Floyd. He's whatever. Fuck that guy. He's kind of whatever. But Firebug Johnson, if he listen, you gotta watch him. Gotta make sure that he eats all his lighters. All right, that is the only way that he is able to survive is by eating and consuming lighters whole, like some sort of reptilian-like creature with bugs. And if he doesn't, he will absolutely light a fire and kill us all. But he's just a big softy. He's not going to do anything. I'm going to fucking burn this place down. I'm going to fucking burn this place down with all of you in it. Like, don't worry about him. How did he light a fire and nobody noticed?
Well, it was in the 1800s, so they don't really
There was like 50 people there.
they didn't give a shit.
You
Turn around.
You said it right there. He eats lighters, and then he belches up the flames like a fucking dragon. That's how he does
That is actually really cool. I wish it was like that. But also, it was 1800. You said there was like 15 fucking people there.
Well, in the start,
someone needs
so
to
I don't
look
know.
left.
I don't really know when exactly he lit the fire, but it was at some point. It could have been when they had more prisoners because they did.
My bad. They had 20 at the time.
it was getting out of hand.
It's getting out of hand.
In case you were curious, he was convicted of arson.
Okay.
After which he was locked in, quote, the dungeon, which is in Hall A,
I stand by my dragon statement.
for many years.
It's pretty cool.
He actually, surprisingly, for the fact that he was locked in a dungeon, which I will talk about the dungeon later, not a super cool place.
What do you mean?
It is not where you go and play D&D, okay? It's not
It's not a
good.
place where a woman wearing skin-tight latex leather crushes your balls?
No.
Damn it.
It's getting more and more lame.
It's getting dark and it's scary and there's not a whole lot of light down there.
Place sounds a lot like a prison.
Surprisingly, he didn't go insane. He actually, after his release, wrote a book titled Buried Alive for 18 Years in the Missouri Penitentiary.
They let him out?
Yeah.
Huh.
He got 12 additional years on his sentence.
Burned half the prison down and killed a bunch of people?
Yeah.
They're like,
Wow.
well, you probably won't do that again.
All right, Firebug. You do good out there.
I will. I'm not going to go out and go burning. Lot of things to burn out here. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, I'm like thinking like, man, I'm genuinely surprised that more people that are serial killers don't just fucking light fires because they might get a lighter sentence.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah, I was going to say a lighter sentence.
Gotta build that one up. That's a cool name, though.
That is pretty cool.
Fire.
Johnson.
Another infamous name is, this was in 1950, Charles Liston. Anyone know that name?
That name sounds really familiar. Charles Liston?
Should.
Yeah.
It will.
Yeah. That one does kind of sound.
but not James Earl Ray.
God damn it.
Bill is never living that down. Ever. There's certain things you never live down, and that's going to be one of them.
Yes.
So Charles Liston arrived at Missouri State Penitentiary in 1950. He was serving time for 2 charges of robbery with a deadly weapon and 2 charges of larceny. Liston he couldn't read. He was one of 17 children, and he rarely held a job. Okay. While incarcerated, Liston soon was known as Sonny, and he found his niche in life. He learned to box, and he fought very well.
Okay.
One day, the publisher of a St. Louis newspaper saw Liston box and thought he showed promise as a professional. So the next day, he contacted the Board of Probation and Parole, and if Liston could be released on parole, the publisher promised that he would personally see that Sonny receive a job and training as a boxer. So Sonny Liston was released on parole in 1952, and he had a crazy rise to success. He lived and trained at Pine Street YMCA and began working at Skull and Steel until he could support himself from his earnings as a pro boxer. Almost immediately, Liston was entered into the Golden Gloves amateur boxing tournament held in St. Louis, and he won, and then went on to win the National Heavyweight Championship in Chicago in 1953. Charles Sonny Liston, the fucking boxer,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
who was pretty fucking good at what he did, was at MSP
Wow.
for 2 years.
Wow.
And then a newspaper publisher was like, I'll fucking take that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go train him. I'm gonna go train him to box really well.
I just like, I think too, like how many people probably had been in and out of that prison that either went on for fame or infamy, like it might have been the breeding grounds, literally.
I mean, there's a lot of people there that just there's a good number of just like people that you're like, oh,
Yeah.
huh, they were there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't remember her name. I forgot to put her in here, but it was a woman that was in prison there, and she went on to reform a lot of the way that prisons treat their prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had women prisoners there too. They actually, in the list of the 40 people that they executed, there was actually one woman on there.
Okay.
So that was kind of surprising.
You know who it was?
You can look it up. It's on their website.
Oh. Perfect.
This prison was obviously not unfamiliar with escapes, but also riots.
Ooh.
There was one at 3 o'clock in the afternoon of November 24th of 1905. 4 prisoners met at the Stockade Gate. George Ryan handed out Colt 44 revolvers and a large supply of ammunition to fellow convicts Harry Vaughn, Edward Raymond, and Hiram Blake. The 4 then entered the office of Deputy Warren R.E.C. And ordered him to put his hands in the air. Instead, he went for his gun and was shot in the shoulder. After C slumped to the floor, he and another person in the office were grabbed and used as shields for the men as they raced across the yard towards the large iron gate that leads outside. Guard John Clay was gatekeeper for the day, and he was ordered to hold his hands up. And while hands up, one of the 4 men shot him and ended up killing him. Another guard, Ephraim Allison, noticed the commotion through a grated door and yelled, "What's going on in there?" And he was also shot twice and killed. The escapees then placed a charge of nitroglycerin on their last remaining hurdle of freedom and blew the lock off the gate and made a jagged hole large enough for the men to run through.
That's wild.
This is probably the most crazy, escape
Yeah.
that they've had.
That's a fucking movie, dude.
The 4 ran down along the railroad tracks towards the train depot, shooting back at the pursuing guards. One of the fleeing prisoners, Hiram Blake, was actually shot and killed by police officer John Bruner. The remaining 3 jumped onto a wagon, using the driver as a shield, and then they grabbed the reins, whipped the horses into a full gallop down Madison Street, south to Dunklin. In front of the Capital City Brewery, Ryan fainted from sheer fright. But you just staged a whole height. You're in the end stages at this point, and you fucking faint?
Anxiety is not a choice, Taylor.
This man, was a part of shooting 2 guards, blowing a lock off the door.
He's like,
and then he's on a wagon, and he's like, "This is fucking scary." And
Oh man,
I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm freaking the fuck out, man. He's like, slaps him, and he's like, "Watch this," and he shows him the baby sensor video. He's like, okay, all right, yeah, all right. I like when the foot dances. It's like you just fucking shot 2 cops in the face, and just like I liked when the foot dance.
That's the thing that's crazy to me is he got through all of this and then fainted and fell off the wagon from fright.
Hey, we all fall off the wagon sometimes.
Listen, I'm not afraid of the wagon, but I am afraid of the horse. You don't ever want to be behind a horse, but it's attached to a wagon, and there's nothing I can do.
So Vaughn and Raymond kept going until a young boy ran into the street and grabbed the bridle of one of the horses, which stopped the wagon.
Congratulations.
Vaughn leapt from the wagon and tried to shoot the boy, but the gun wouldn't fire.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Policemen apprehended the escapees, and they were returned to the penitentiary, and you can guess where they were put.
The dungeon.
Solitary confinement. George Ryan had confessed to the escape plot and told prison officials that the guns, ammunition, and explosives had been brought to them by H.E. Spencer, who was an ex-convict. And After a whole bunch of trials and appeals, the Supreme Court just found the 3 guilty of murder to the 1st degree and sentenced them to hang. So Ryan was upset at the verdict as he felt he should have been treated more leniently for confessing the details of the plot.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
They didn't give him a little, like, freebie. They said, you're a part of it, you're fucking going out.
I was curious because we talked about the only woman executed at the penitentiary.
Yes.
There. Bonnie B. Heady is the she was executed on December 18th, 1953 via gas chamber. Sentenced for the 1953 kidnapping and murder of 6-year-old Bobby Greenlease. She was executed alongside her accomplice Carl Austin Hall.
If I recall correctly, they did them at the exact same time. Like they went out together. Which, crazy.
I think it was a betting pool who died first.
Really?
I mean, I assume.
It's a Missouri State Prison. Of course there was.
Both of you guys are like, you idiot.
I was like what's...
I'm like, I don't know. I was just asking. I'm just a guy asking questions.
Of course there was.
I'm just asking questions.
It's
You're the idiot.
It's a state penitentiary. Of course there was. The men were dressed in suits and then hung side by side on June 27th of 1907.
Seems like a waste of a suit, but
it actually took place in the jail yard on Monroe Street in front of like a giant ass crowd.
Oh, that's nice.
This is right around the time when they were like, "Go get the kids. There's a hanging. We're gonna go see that."
Daddy, can I keep one of his fingers, Daddy? I'm gonna play him in the garden, see if I can grow myself a convict.
Oh Jesus!
Well, son, you've already had 15 of those, and none of them have grown yet. Daddy,
some of them aren't gonna sprout, okay? That's how it works. The more I have, the more likely one's about to pop up.
Oh God, man!
Daddy, I cut off his face and I can wear it like him. Look at me, I'm a convict.
Oh my God!
It's a morbid time. Why true crime now? People ask. Why true crime now?
Meanwhile, they used to gather to watch hangings.
Yeah,
There's reports of executions like that where like fucking 10,000 people showed up. Like it was Metallica and like in Moscow where like 1 million people showed up. You can't even see the stage.
Yeah.
People would just show up and be like, hey, they hung that guy. Pass it back. And it gets to the end. They're like, something about there being a food stand. I didn't. Worst game of telephone.
Yes.
And one guy was like, oh shit. All the way in the back. You're not going to believe this. What a waste of a good suit. That's a callback. That's what that is.
Oh my God.
There was also a very large riot that took place on Wednesday evening of September 22nd around 6:30.
Oh.
It's when 2 inmates feigned illness to attract the attention of 2 guards, and when the guards entered the hall to investigate, they were overpowered and their keys were stolen. One of the guards was beaten pretty severely, and then the 2 convicts bolted out of their cell, ran along the cell block, releasing others as they went. Soon, there was a very large group of inmates running loose, racing around the compound, and emptying their cell blocks along their path. Mm-hmm. So they're literally just running, they're fucking releasing anybody that they can. Hell on earth. Like, it's insane, the amount of people that are just running around. So one of the inmates entered the dining hall, smashing windows and chairs. And in the prison shops, anything flammable was, you guessed it, set on fire.
Fire Bun Johnson's in there just fucking jerking off. He's just like, finally.
They said I wasn't going to do it. I was going to burn the whole fucking place down.
I'm going to burn you all. It's like, all right, maybe not include him. Put him back. Put him back in his cell.
So there was actually Missouri Highway Patrolman Walter Wilson, who was eating dinner in his patrol car when he heard an urgent message come over the radio, which was, proceed to Jefferson City at once, prison riot in progress. Obeying the riot plan procedures, he immediately headed to Jefferson City, and simultaneously, other patrolmen from all over the state started fucking hauling ass to get to this prison. By midnight, more highway patrol troopers, Kansas City, and St. Louis police, National Guardsmen, and local police had surrounded the prison. Inside, Several hundred convicts were running, shouting, throwing bricks and chunks of concrete at the deputy warden's office. 4 buildings were fully ablaze and more fires were being started. Soon, nearly 2,500 rioters were on the loose inside the walls.
Oh my fucking God.
This was not a small riot.
No.
This was massive.
Yeah.
They were not fucking around.
But that's the one thing I don't understand is why light it on fire? Because at some point, all 2,500 of them are just watching the prison go up in flames, and they're like, well, now what? Like,
Yeah.
you're still there.
Yeah.
They go, well, I guess you're sleeping outside. I don't fucking know. You're in prison.
Camping.
Yeah, camping. It smells like burning bodies, though. That's kind of bad.
Man.
Delicious. Oh, the barbecue. Ask me how I know. Barbecue, barbecue, dude.
Here's a call. Here's a callback. Kindergarten.
So Trooper Wilson and other highway patrolmen continued their vigil throughout the night as law enforcement groups tried to prevent a mass breakout. Quote, as waves of rioters stormed the deputy warden's office, armed troopers on the roof were finally forced to open fire with machine guns and riot guns to force the prisoners to flee the prison yard. Several convicts were injured by gunfire, unsurprisingly.
Yeah.
Confronted with the mighty show of firepower, the inmates were finally forced back and most scattered to take cover wherever they could. Officers finally gained control, flushing out small groups of men and subduing the group of ringleaders. And then another 300 prisoners were barricaded in B and C cell blocks, cornered and not ready to surrender. The law enforcement officers left them alone and retreated while the warden's office had a meeting of how to fucking handle this situation. Because they've got most of them, and then there's 300 other dudes who are like, absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah.
Try it.
You're going to have to kill me.
Because I want to say it was like 200 and something troopers. So, like, they were fairly outnumbered.
Right.
Let's be honest. Law enforcement. So, yeah, the assembled members of the press were told that no attempt to secure the cell blocks would take place that night. Governor Phil Donnelly, Lieutenant Governor James Blair, Director of Penal Institutions Thomas Whitcotton.
Like penile institutions.
Yeah, I knew that one was coming. Warden Ralph Edison and Highway Patrol Superintendent Hugh Wagner had been at the riot scene since it began and were starting to grow kind of weary. It was then they announced that all the troopers were going to meet at 7 o'clock the next morning when they would be given instructions on how to enter the building. It was a pretty sleepless night in the grand scheme of things, considering everything that's fucking going on inside this prison. 245 troopers attended the next morning's meeting. 18 men were chosen to lead the way into the cell blocks where they cornered rioters. And Trooper Wilson was one of those 18 selected. 100 St. Louis police officers and the remaining troops would stand outside as a second wall of defense to make sure they didn't get through the fucking fence. These officers were also to process the 300 convicts and if and when they were taken captive. Wilson writes that this moment was the most crucial one and when all of his training would be put to the test. He said, quote, it was a tense moment and anything could happen. We were heavily armed with riot guns and submachine guns as we entered the massive building. The inmates were inside shouting, cursing, throwing articles of bedding, furniture, and personal belongings. All the windows had been broken out, and as we entered the door, we were greeted by flying debris. A 50-pound cake of ice.
You said like throwing personal effects. I'm so sorry to interrupt. Because they're throwing bedding and they're throwing like furniture and personal effects. And I was like, imagining the scene of them walking in, they're like clearing with like, machine guns, and they're like, look, get back in your cell, like yelling at them. Yeah. Like chair legs are coming down and like one guy comes out and throws a Miley Cyrus CD. It's like, it's like, oh, fuck. Just like laying hate. Upside down. Dragging it back, and he's got like he's like stabbed into his. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Don't let me fucking die to Miley Cyrus. Don't let me die to Miley Cyrus. I just could not get that image out of my head. Please continue.
So, there was also a 50-pound cake of ice pushed from a tier above that barely missed my head. As we plunged through the hallway, wading through 4 inches of water, I noticed to my left that the water in front of one cell was crimson red with the blood of one of the wounded convicts who had been stabbed earlier by a fellow inmate. Everybody was fair game.
Yeah, it's time to do it.
Over the loudspeakers, the convicts were ordered to get into the nearest cell and be quiet or they would be shot. One inmate ignored the order, leering and shouting, and without hesitation, one of the troopers raised his weapon and shot the troublemaker dead.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
They were not fucking around.
What are you going to do? Shoot me?
Last words of a man who's been shot.
Yeah.
Like,
inmate who was shot directly in the forehead after making a statement. Yes. In fact, I'm going to do it a few times.
After that, an eerie silence fell in the building, and the convicts retreated into the nearest cells as instructed, and the troopers slammed and shut the doors, locking them behind them. Up to 9 prisoners were crammed into tiny cells, and when they were all safely locked away, an all-clear whistle sounded, and then 1 cell at a time, the men were strip-searched, taken into the yard, and processed by the waiting officers. They were all returned to their proper cells, and it actually took until mid-afternoon to process everybody. Mm-hmm. So, when the riot was over, 4 inmates had been killed, 50 were injured, and 1 had attempted suicide. 4 officers had also been injured. Burned out hulks of the several buildings lay fucking smoldering, and damage was estimated to be as high as $5 million worth of damage.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Not 1 prisoner had succeeded in escaping the prison.
Yeah, they were just burning everything down.
Yep.
It's like the joke that I said when they just
I don't even know
lit the whole building on fire, and then they're like, now what?
I don't even know that they were trying to like get out. They just wanted to cause havoc.
Yeah, your whole goal is to you and 300 of your fucking other inmates are overwhelm the cops and leave. You know? Not gonna catch you all. Come on.
They can't get us all. It's like that.
Yeah, but it's so toasty out here. It's so nice.
It's like that's
keep the mosquitoes away.
I was like, that's the same logic that they had for Area 51, and then that shit just fizzled out.
Yeah. People Naruto running in front of the gate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some poor MP out there with an M4 just being like.
Exactly.
It's like, why did I sign a 6-year contract for this?
So there was no attempt to serve breakfast to the prisoners the next day. Instead, they remained locked in their cells, and sandwiches were handed out. And the evening meal usually served at 4:30, was served at 3. Small groups of convicts with their hands clasped behind their backs were marched to the dining hall, and 85 troopers stood with weapons ready to prevent further violence.
No breakfast for you, only sandwiches.
But sandwiches happen at lunchtime.
I don't care.
You burned down the kitchen.
Come on, guys! Look what we made happen. I guess we really need to think about our actions, huh, guys? And they're like, that guy's a fed. Kill that guy. Kill that one right there. It's like, come on, guys! Isn't it all about just becoming better human beings?
Doing your time.
Doing your time, and just trying to do better for the community. And they're like, what the fuck? No. I robbed 15 banks. And I'll do it again.
So it was actually later reported that a majority of the African American inmates had not participated in the riot and actually had remained in their cells during all of it.
Again, I'm not going to say my first thought that came to
cut
my
to you.
head.
Cut to you.
I'm not going to say what I thought, but all I'm going to say is it's usually a phrase that is you fill in the rest.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
Took me a second.
Yes.
You want me to say it?
No.
both
I care about you enough to not have you do that.
I edit the podcast.
So there was also a school teacher at the prison who actually gratefully credited 2 of his students with saving his life during the uprising.
Nice.
So 2 of the convicts were like, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like they were...
There's a famous story, and I can't remember what prison it was. It was like relatively modern.
Yeah.
Well, there was a prison riot, and they were smoking all these people. You know, they're killing. They were like fucking cutting guards' throats and shit. Mm-hmm. And there's a bunch of people like teaching prisoners to get their GED.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like instructing them how to get a GED and stuff. And they were obviously stuck. These guys came in, and the prisoners were like, "Get the fuck out of here! We'll kill you." So they like kicked the prisoners out, and they barricaded the doors and protected all the teachers. It's really, really famous story, and I can't remember what prison it was. Somewhere in the South. I remember that.
Oh.
The day after the riot, Governor Donnelly ordered a massive shakedown of the entire prison. 100 St. Louis policemen joined in with the prison guards to search every corner of the penitentiary for knives, weapons, other contraband. And the search revealed an enormous arsenal of weaponry: sledgehammers, axe handles, screwdrivers, scissors, files, and pieces of heavy machinery filed down to sharp, deadly points. 2 days after the riot, Governor Donnelly toured the ruined areas inside the prison, and when he emerged, he announced that convening a special legislation session would probably not be necessary, as he felt the repairs could be made with funds already on hand. Meanwhile, the prisoners were complaining to the press that one of the major causes of the riot had been dissatisfaction with the newly appointed parole board. So they made their prison even worse to be in because they burned down 4 buildings. They were like, "We're not happy with the conditions. Burn it down.
Rebuild it.
Like,
We're gonna build back a prison. We're gonna do it. Build back better, they say.
Oh my God.
Is that a fun bit?
Yes.
By Taylor's face, I'm gonna go with probably not.
So 3 members of the board had just been appointed just weeks before the riot, and all were former members of Highway Patrol. These inmates claimed that these former cops, as they referred to them, would not be impartial when time came for parole consideration. During a press conference held the Monday following the riot, a reporter asked Governor Donnelly if he planned any changes in the parole board as a result of the prisoners' complaints, and Donnelly responded, "No, sir. I'm not going to let a bunch of convicts tell me what to do."
Yeah, that's not how that should be. You shouldn't be like that. Isn't the whole point, like, in theory, the whole point of prison is to reform somebody because they're like, you committed a bunch of crimes. We're not supposed to do that. Let's reform you to be better. So you don't do that.
Yeah.
Yes, in theory, it's to reform, but
It's like we see out in
they
like
really?
Europe and like Norway and stuff where they have like apartments inside their prisons.
Yeah.
And like they're cooking dinner and stuff, and they're like, let's teach you a skill. And then like they go out and they learn whatever. Learn how to fucking make snowballs or whatever they do out there.
Big snowball.
I don't know. But here in the US they're just like, you'll be back. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
No, our prison system is absolutely awful and incredibly corrupt, but that's it.
That's a story for a different time.
Yep.
Like right now. Please continue.
So since closing in 2004, the prison has turned into a historical attraction versus a fucking prison. Guests are able to go on guided tours around the property and learn some of the haunted stories associated with the prison, as well as just the history of it as a whole. There are tales of ghostly visitors that began long before the prison closed, with both prisoners and guards reporting having seen apparitions, which with a place full of so much history, can you be surprised?
That's so much death.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the greatest of places. No fucking wonder.
I'm gonna go full ghost hunter for a second. It's not something I need to do very often. Full ghost. Like, go ghost.
Going ghost.
Going ghost. That's
Just like Danny Phantom.
just like Danny Phantom. I'm literally just like Danny Phantom. You see oftentimes during traumatic, like this place with a lot of traumatic history, murder and the death, suicides and maybe even accidental death. Because I don't know how this prison is set up. I imagine there's tiers. Maybe someone could have fallen off one of those.
Yeah.
They're just, who knows, right?
Also, for being around so long, there was corrupt
Oh, fuck yeah. People just getting murdered.
Tons of corruption.
People just get murdered all the time. And
Fight
whatever.
clubs, like, they had so many fucking...
Hey, first rule about Fight Club. Don't sign up if you're
Win.
Win. I was don't sign up. I was gonna say don't sign up if you're a big baby, but win's better. You'll see that like these residual kind of like apparitions will pop up more often than not. They're talking about the shadow people, right? People like the shadowy figures, right?
Yeah.
So whether it's a actual conscious entity being like, I'm gonna appear and scare you, to me is less likely than it being a residual of something in the past.
Yeah. So A Hall is the prison's oldest building, and it's said to be a hot spot of activity. Inside the stone building are 4 tiers of cells with catwalks that crisscross its width. These doors of the cells are less than 5 feet high, forcing prisoners to stoop and assume a subordinate posture when leaving their cells. Early on, inmates were not allowed to look guards in the eye, and an infraction could result in punishment at the whipping post or solitary confinement. Because you gotta remember, this fucking started in 1800s, so they were like, if you fucking look at me, gonna beat the shit out of you. Like, the U.S. has always had a really great prison system, if you were unaware. Within this building, there is a basement of dungeons referred to as the Hole. Here, they kept death row inmates, violent and disruptive prisoners, and those suffering from mental problems. The only light in these cells came from a small slit in the door.
Yep.
That's the dungeon for you. In this building, paranormal reports have included the sensation of being touched by ghostly hands, an overpowering smell of body odor or cigarette smoke, an apparition of a man seen on the catwalk, and movements in the dark. Equipment often malfunctions here, disembodied voices being captured on recorders, and then some have also felt like a force breathing down their neck. Cell 48 housed a prisoner who was known to be a snitch, and during that riot of 1854, they bludgeoned him to death with a sledgehammer.
Where they get a sledge? Well, it's a prison. There was a prison, right? Never mind. So where they get a sledgehammer from?
It's a prison riot.
They go, hold on.
Oh my god!
Like slowly squeezing it out.
Someone could have fucking tossed it over the fucking prison wall, like heaved it over.
I have a major problem. I put it handle side bottom. Turns out way harder coming out than it is going in.
Yeah.
Fuck it, grab the handle and use me as the sledgehammer.
I was gonna say, like, you're talking about dungeons and sledgehammers and shit. Like, are you sure it's not just like fucking Mario? Like oh, I'm sorry, Peach is in another castle.
Yeah, it might be, Bill, it's exactly like that.
It's exactly like
the
that.
The prison riot where a bunch of people were murdered and shot and killed by law enforcement, it's just like Mario.
Well, PTSD affects people different ways. Like, some people like to talk about mushrooms and Goombas. I mean, I usually do, but I'm not offensive to Italian people. But in any such, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I'm a quarter Italian because my mom is Irish and Italian.
I have a new thing to call Taylor all the time.
Anyway, in this particular cell, people report having strange, heavy feelings, as well as a human figure being caught on camera, which again is not that surprising considering a man was bludgeoned to death in there.
Yeah, you were talking about real quick about the people saying like movement in the dark.
Yeah.
Just recently, I had a paranormal encounter.
Oh.
Like recently. When I was on tour with GFL, we were in Coos Bay, Oregon.
Yeah.
And it was early in the morning, about 6 a.m., 7 a.m., something like that. Pretty early, right? I went and took a shower. All the lights are off in this hotel room, right? Mm-hmm. There's 4 of us in there. And I go take my shower, dry off everything. I'm like, I'm going to go pack my bag in the dark, And I turned the light off, and I'm walking into the hotel room, right, from the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
And there's a little slit of light coming through, so it's just enough to, like, kind of see, but not enough to make details out. And I thought someone was walking up on me. I had the presence of a person around, I don't know, so I would say 6 foot, 2 inches, 6 foot 3 inches, walking up onto me. And I thought it was somebody else that was in the room. And then it walked into me, and it disappeared.
Weird.
And I went, that's weird. And so then I let my eyes adjust, and everyone else was still asleep.
Wow.
As I would hope. I hope someone didn't just walk into you.
Who knows? But it was just like, what the fuck?
What?
Sounds about right.
So the shadowy figures of like that, I can totally imagine that feeling and even seeing it.
Yeah.
Because if you've never seen, I think about the cowboy all the time. Remember the cowboy from San Diego? There was just something about when these entities manipulate the space around them. Sometimes they become darker than the darkness.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And it's just like something. For those of you who have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who haven't seen it, just go explore. Find your haunted locations near you and try to see the shadows in the dark.
It's true.
Go on.
So there is also the entity of Fast Jack, who is said to have been spotted in several places in the prison, usually near the control room. He's known as Fast Jack for the way that he appears as a blur moving past those who have spotted him. He's usually seen wearing a white lab coat and carrying a clipboard, and he's thought to have been a trustee who worked in the medical facilities. At one point, a tour guide passed through the control center to secure the outer doors, only to return a few minutes later to find all the lockers had been opened.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's some really fun poltergeist. Like, that's a fun poltergeist thing.
Where, like, you go and lock something, you come back, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I've heard, like, because, the old, the movie Poltergeist?
Yeah.
Like, the mom turns around, like, all the chairs are stacked up on the table.
Yeah.
My dad used to work, so, for those of you who are local to Portland, that area, H.G.O. used to have a mill.
Yes.
I don't know if it's still even operating anymore, but he was, like, a safety guy out there, so he worked in the control room inside the facility, right? And he talked about how haunted the place was all the time. But one of the things he talked about was like chairs being moved. Whereas like the old school poltergeist thing where like you go past something that's fine and then you hear a noise, you turn around, like all the doors are open.
Yeah.
It was like that, but he'd be like working, bunch of like rolling chairs who'd turn around, turn back, and all the chairs are spinning. It's like, that's a fun poltergeist thing to do.
My dad had something like that when he worked a warehouse job. Like, he had actually, this entity was kind of fucking spooky, I'm not gonna lie. I want to say, like, they had a bunch of those rolling chairs, like, stacked up, and it fucking tried to topple onto him. And it was not, like, it was pretty damn secure. And so, fucking...
Well, did he do the old thing where he slapped him and went, well, that baby's not going anywhere?
I assume so.
Bill's back. Welcome back, Bill.
Bill back better.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing where, like,
yeah,
those just...
what is
the obsession of ghosts in their chairs?
I think it's just because it's easy to manipulate in a way. I mean, like I said, I was about to say I've been investigating the paranormal since I was 13.
Yeah.
I've been experiencing it all my life. I'm 30 now, which is, pretty wild. And the thing I often will think about with poltergeist behavior is the question of why, right? Because an entity a poltergeist it comes from the German word the Polter and then Geist. It means noisy ghost, right? And so like it wants to get your attention, right? That's the whole point of a poltergeist, is it wants to get your attention, whether it's manipulating that to gain fear or to gain just be an acknowledgement of being like, hey, I'm here too, but I've never understood why they will always manipulate stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if it was just like a few lockers, like talking about like all the lockers opening, if it was like 1, 2, 3, and you're like, it's pretty weird. We got to open all of them. Is pretty random.
It is pretty random. It's very weird. But yeah, he's just known to be like a blur of like white because he wears a lab coat, which is very weird. That's why he's called Fast Jack.
Called Fast Jack. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wonder why, because it's clearly not a residual entity where
No.
he's just like appearing in a lab coat and he's like looks at you and he's like, the patients are in, and then he like disappears into like a puff of smoke and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's not like that. It's just him being like, oh, you doing a tour? Or are you hanging out here? Okay. And like just to fuck with you.
Yeah, he's
Maybe you're just bored.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's very weird. Obviously that antic had been attributed to Fast Jack, but others report seeing him in hallways, moving through walls, or vanishing, or like appearing for short moments before he would just vanish.
Fascinating.
And in the female wing, there's actually a female ghostly figure who's often seen dressed in vintage clothing. She just kind of hangs out. If I recall correctly, they call her the Gray Lady.
Of course.
No, because there's always some version of the white or the gray, the lady in white, the Gray Lady.
The lady in white, the lady in gray, the lady in blue.
Yeah, that's what they call
Always.
her.
There's always.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's another thing that that phenomenon to me is like, go watch any of the most haunted states episodes we've done, or most haunted islands, or whatever. There's at least a story or two in there of like me being like, and they would see the lady in white appear down the stairs and she'd cascade into the wall. You know, it's like this whole.
Yeah.
Why always that?
I don't know. Well, to be fair, this one does make sense if it's a woman in Victorian, or like not even Victorian, but just like 1800s clothing. It does make sense.
Sure. But that specifically like the lady in gray.
Yeah.
You know, that's another like specific color. It's like blue, gray, white.
Yeah, it's I don't
It's never like the lady in tie-dye will appear at the stroke of midnight and try to sell you crystals before going into the wall.
the lady in cheetah print jacket. Like,
I don't know about the wall, but she'll definitely sell you crystals.
I bought a fucking ghost crystal, dude. It was $400.
oh,
But it's smoky quartz, but it was given to me by a ghost. Like, I think there was a homeless person living here.
maybe.
Pretty cool.
Others also have stated that they've seen a man in an outdated prison uniform leaning against the fence. Another strange thing is that some have even seen or heard the ghosts of children, and others have also seen a dog. And
Well, I did look it up. Missouri State did absolutely execute a dog.
it's very
Joe.
odd because like to be fair, like for this being one of the most haunted prisons, like that's like a known. It's like it's up there with like Alcatraz and Eastern State. These three are like the most haunted prisons.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just how it is, because the Missouri State was actually the oldest up until they closed. They were the oldest running facility west of the Mississippi River. So like they saw some shit,
Yeah.
and it's not surprising that it's haunted. But for it being so haunted, there is so little to find about hauntings. There is not like some of the websites, like you can find like stories from visitors or whatever.
Yes. Not a lot.
Not on theirs. And that's not to like say that this place isn't haunted. It's just not as commonly spoke about as being as haunted as Alcatraz or Eastern State. We've like, I mean, we cover a lot of covered a bunch of penitentiaries.
Oh, for sure.
And it didn't pop up in your list. But
No.
this is one of the most haunted penitentiaries.
Yes. Well, so just to double back on the whole child entity, dog spirit thing, I can sit here and make the joke that like the dog entity was like the guard's got a dog and then like it ate the warden's sandwich and he's like, kill it, and like that dog's dead now. Like they did that, and like I could say, okay, maybe the child entity was like a guard and a female inmate had a child and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what those are at all.
It's
So I've talked about it before.
It gives me an entity trying to appear more friendly than it
So I was going to say, I've talked about it before. I personally classify these. I don't want to use the word demonic because I feel like that attaches a connotation of religion to it. I say evil intent energies, right? Like entities, into three categories of category 1, category 2, and category 3, right? Category 1 is your stereotypical, like, man-shaped black shadow, black entity, black blob, whatever. And it's like, oh, that's fucking scary. And then a second tier entity would be a child, right? Where it's pretending to be this, like, like a little kid, or it's pretending to be like, oh, I'm just, I'm so lost. Can you come help me? And you're like, sure. And then like their eyes go black, and then they, black-eyed kids.
Yeah.
That to me is what that screams. And with that, I see the dog entity, and I think of encounters of people that I'm close with who have encountered what they describe as hellhounds, which are like canine style demonic entities, right? And why would there be a dog spirit? Why would there be a kid spirit inside of a prison where there's nothing but death and murder and just horrible acts of violence, other than if they were just feeding off of it, waiting for the next person to come in through the doors?
Yeah.
Missouri State Penitentiary.
Yeah. I mean, it's very weird. Like,
it's really weird.
Pretty dang weird. But it is weird to me that, like, for being so haunted, there's, like, not a lot online.
There's
some.
Yeah.
But I think it's just overlooked.
Yeah, it might just be overlooked. I mean, there's a lot of history behind it.
Yeah. Compared to, all these other.
Has any, like, major, like I say, like, network level investigators done the Missouri State Penitentiary?
I think Watcher may have.
Okay. So,
which is,
I mean,
like,
that's pretty popular.
It's like compared to, like, Ghost Adventures.
Ghost Adventures, nothing compares to Ghost Adventures other than Ghost Adventures.
Ghost Adventures.
Been around for 20 fucking years.
In terms of popularity, Ghost Adventures is, like, up there. Sure. Watcher is, like, mid-level. Like, most people know of, like, maybe not Watcher, but they know
Ghost Files and
BuzzFeed Unsolved. Like, that was the original show. Mm-hmm. So, like, most people know at least that.
Yeah.
Most. Not all. But I want to say it was Watcher that's done one. I'm going to look. If y'all want to vamp for a minute.
You keep forgetting that there's a really important one that's covering this issue. It's HGO, Haunts, Graves, and Omens. You should check it out sometime.
The best goddamn podcast this side of the Willamette.
Yes. So in Ghost Files Season 2, Episode 4, they did go investigate it.
Okay.
As for Ghost Adventures, I'm not sure.
Bill, we knew shot an episode we never actually released because it was kind of just us kind of futzing around. Mm-hmm. But you had an opportunity to, like, sit here and ask me questions about cryptids, things like that.
Yes.
And we never ended up releasing it, but it was just kind of a learning session. Mm-hmm. So with these entities, right? I was talking about the three levels of entities, right? I talked about the, shadow figure, male humanoid shape, right? And those are the ones you often see, like, people talk about in sleep paralysis.
Yes.
Where it's like an entity comes in the room and stands there, and it's like, whoa, scary. Or even in the prison, where they're seeing it standing in the dark and then disappears. Or even what I saw.
Yeah.
Where it just kind of disappears and like, oh, that's fucking scary.
Yeah.
And then the black-eyed kids, I'm sure you're familiar with that. We've talked about that at some point. And then there's one tier above that. And Taylor, do you want to know what that tier is?
Is it the man in the brimmed hat?
It is the man in the hat. It's the Hat Man.
The Hat Man.
So the Hat Man is like the highest order of these entities. Yeah. And what people describe as the devil. It's just like it's a humanoid man with a brimmed hat.
I actually owe the Hat Man $40.
Yeah. Took a bunch of Benadryl. Pulls out a gold pocket watch, looks at the time, and all the entire time people describe an intense pressure being fixated on this entity. And I just wonder, for those who have visited this penitentiary and have seen these entities, have encountered these childlike spirits, right? Which I feel like is the precursor to the Hat Man showing up, right?
Yeah.
Have those people then been followed home and encountered
That's a
The
good
happening.
question. I do not know, just because of how, like, in the grand scheme of things, how little there is compared to, like, Eastern State or Alcatraz. Everyone's like, I fucking saw the devil and he kicked me. Like,
Well, Taylor, I'm asking you to speculate and then lie for entertainment
Also-
purposes only.
also, Ghost Adventures has been to Missouri State Penitentiary. However, it was in season 8, which was in 2013. So it was kind of like right
That wasn't that long after that place closed down, too.
No, it wasn't. But it was
10
right
years?
before their rise of,
11 years?
like, skyrocketing.
Interesting.
Because, like, I want to say, like, Ghost Adventures really popped off in, like, 2014, 2015.
Yes.
Like, that's when everybody was like, oh my God, you know this fucking show? And it's like, yeah, I've been watching it for fucking years.
Well, since season 1, buddy. Been watching it since the Eddie, that Eddie Bauer. What's that? The Affliction T-shirts. It's like there are things in this world never fully understand. Shout out to our vows, by the way. I wrote my vows entirely to make you laugh.
It was,
I didn't give a shit about what anybody else said about it.
I think you did that to make me less nervous because I get nervous in front of large crowds.
Yeah.
Which worked.
For those of you who weren't at the wedding, which is most of you, if not all of you, I opened up with our vows by saying there are things this world never fully understand, and went,
Understand. But yeah, so they went in it was aired in 2013. So it was about 9 years. No, wait, 2014. Yeah, so 9 years
yeah,
past the closing.
that's not that long.
No, and really it was before Ghost Adventures really popped off. So I think that it's just kind of like missed. Like it's looked over.
Sure.
Which is crazy because what
Yeah.
the fuck? Also, I'll fucking go.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that all you got from Missouri?
That's all I have, but it's still
Interesting.
a good amount. Still a good amount.
It's a great amount.
I kind of had to scour a little bit, but
Fist bump. Fucking got your ass.
Oh my goodness!
Fucking idiot.
Wow.
Dude. I got your ass, dude. You look like,
I'm gonna get you back.
You look like a fucking idiot, dude.
I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna get him back, and he's not gonna like it.
Dog, you would have got me too, because I was locked in. I was like, oh yeah, if you leave him hanging, I'm gonna do it. And then I was like, I'm glad the fist never came up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's I kind of had to scrounge around a little bit for information, but I was able to find some good
For
stuff.
sure. That's great.
Yeah, a lot of the information comes from like their actual website or like U.S. Haunted or.
HGO goes to Missouri.
I have family there.
Be cool.
I have family in St. Louis, so it's like 2 hours from.
It's not bad.
It's not awful. Or we fly into Jefferson City.
In the airport.
30 minutes outside, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Just
And
one
then I
guy
will-
with a set of binoculars and be like, you're good. You're good.
And then
Those are trees.
I'm gonna take you to the arch. That's what I'll do.
Ooh,
Make a whole trip. We'll go to the arch.
Wow. Yeah. It'll be like, can't wait for them to add another one and build the world's biggest McDonald's. It's 14 stories tall.
We can also go to
It takes 10 years for McDouble to come down.
the zoo. There is free. We can go to the zoo.
The zoo is free?
Yeah,
What?
and you can. I mean, it's free. I drug my mom because when we went, I was in the 2nd grade. I'm gonna preface that with I was in the 2nd grade. I was obsessed with okapis.
I get it. I've seen one. They're cool.
The weird like giraffe, zebra, donkey mix looking thing.
I've never seen one of those.
I was like, I fucking need to see one in person.
yeah.
And I was like, we're going to Missouri. They have them at the zoo. We're going.
Yeah.
And so I drug my mom to the zoo solely for one creature.
Wow.
pretty cool.
For one. I was very surprised, but it was a free zoo, so that was pretty cool.
I saw them at the Los Angeles Zoo.
They're pretty cool.
It was
They're pretty.
it was standing there. It was chewing on something. I went, that's very cool. And I walked away.
I would go see another copy.
Yeah. Well, the question I was going to ask the group is, with all the entities that pop up here, what would be the number one person or entity that you would not want to encounter inside the Missouri State Prison?
I don't know. I mean, none of them are really like from stories I could find, none of them were really like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get you." They were just kind of like apparitions and things, which I've seen plenty of. Those don't.
Sure.
I mean, I don't love it, but they don't bother me that much.
Yeah.
Now, if you told me the fucking devil himself was there, probably that one.
Fair enough. Bill?
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, honestly, either like like a hellhound or some sort of like thing that like is in the uncanny valley, probably.
Oh, yeah.
And
Where it looks human, but it's not.
yeah, like, and I don't know why, but like I just imagined if the devil showed up with the broad wow, I can't fucking talk today. I don't know why.
The man in the brimmed hat, yes.
The man in the brimmed hat. I don't know why, but I just like imagine he'd look like Giancarlo Espinosa. The like because I just feel like he'd talk so smooth and like be like so tricky or something, but still have like spot on style at the same time, where I'd be like just shook. Like I wouldn't be able to react because I'd be like, oh, something about you just tells me like I stumbled into some really bad waters or something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to encounter the spirit of Firebug Johnson.
Yeah, no Firebug Johnson. None of
Because
that.
I don't want to know where the kind of fires he's sitting with his Johnson.
But maybe we should all go to Missouri just to go.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
And if you had fun.
We'll go to the penitentiary.
I
Sure.
think that'd be worth it.
Yeah.
And that'd be worth it.
And if you had fun, you want to see someone's Johnson on fire, be sure to rate us 5 stars on any listening app. Like, share, subscribe. You know the business. Sorry. You want to send us some hate mail? You can at HGOPodcast@gmail.com or some love mail. I check it weekly. So go out there, send us a story. Send us your personal paranormal story, and I'll even open the show with it. It's HGOPodcast@gmail.com. And you can follow us on all socials at HGO Podcast and Hans Graves and Omens on Facebook. You know, it's all the business. And if you want to follow me directly, you can at I Hunt the Haunt on Instagram. And please go check out the cool band I do merch for called GFL, called Gas Food Lodging. GFL the band on Instagram and TikTok. And very, very soon, I'll be fronting a band. Wait till then. Pass out today.
You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram. That's all I got. That's all I do. At Lunar Thrill. And yeah, I ain't got anything exciting going on. I'm just here, just hanging out. Bill, it's your turn.
Yes, you can follow me on TikTok at
Tic-tac.
Freudian slip there. I have harsh breath. No, Thrill of Bill on Snapchat and on TikTok and on Instagram. Bernard the Bill. That's me.
Great. Sounds great. Taylor, good job. That was fantastic. Thank you for doing a very fun episode.
Thank you.
But remember to stay spooky.
Stay haunted.
And oh no. Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no. Oh no. All right, bye.
Bye.